Gladiator 2 out in theaters, a sequel to one of the most popular manly movies ever. It's still wildly popular among a bunch of guys. I walked into the theater and a lot of middle-aged men like me or older were sitting there chewing some popcorn. The sequel takes place, it says, 16 years after Marcus Aurelius, and when the dream of Rome has died, their two brother emperors looking properly pasty and acting extra weird. Gaeta and Caracalla, I know they're based on real Roman emperors, but this is a Ridley Scott historical movie, and you just do not even care about historical accuracy when you're in one of these, so I'm not even gonna think about this either during this review or ever after. Don't go to this movie for historical accuracy, please. Anyway, the dream of Rome has died. We're going to hear that 100 times in this movie. But first, we cut to a young guy, white guy in Africa. Numidia is the city. We're told it's the only free city in Africa. And boom, 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 in the first 5 minutes, Rome invades it, naval force, takes him as a slave. And this is going to be a heck of a lot like Gladiator 1, isn't it? This mysterious stranger character is played by Paul Mescal, a high point of this movie. In fact, the casting is the high point for me. One of the greatest actors ever, Denzel Washington, is in this movie. It's kind of a high-ranking Roman. He buys this mysterious stranger as a slave, uses him as a gladiator, and he has political plans of his own. Pedro Pascal's in this movie. Who else? Connie Nielsen, Derek Jacobi, bunch of good actors in this, and to me, that's the biggest highlight. Now, the Roman emperors are nasty and stupid and pasty white, and the gladiator battles are cool. We're going to go into the Colosseum, Roman Colosseum, which you can visit, but has been redone here, CGI-wise, over and over and over again, and our hero gladiator, mysterious strangers, are going to fight animals and guys, and more animals and more guys. And I must say, I do not like CGI animals. I still think they look fake and hokey after all these years. They're still not done very well. I realize why they're doing them. It's really hard to use real rhinoceroses, but this still doesn't look that great to me. Anyway, this movie hooks up with Gladiator 1, plot-wise, character-wise. I thought that was a missed opportunity. Here we are, we're in this age of rehashes. We're retreading and rehashing everything from the 80s and 90s, and now Gladiator. We could have made a separate Gladiator movie just years or decades later and had it be its own thing right here. I think this could have been a really good movie for that. But no, it has to sync up. It's got to link up, and because of that, it's subservient to the first Gladiator. It'd be real hard, in my opinion, to watch this movie and kind of understand it to its full extent without seeing Gladiator 1. We find out who this Paul Mescal character is, and then, okay, then we're off to the races, I suppose. About an hour into the movie, Denzel Washington is cool. I really like the Roman emperors. I do like some of the reimagining of ancient Rome. I've been to the Roman Forum. I spent weeks and weeks in Rome in the last 10 years or so. This is kind of cool. I like the sets and costumes. Although, again, anything else history-wise, I'm just dismissing. Because this is Ridley Scott, he's going to show a lot of blood and guts. It's going to be a meditation on power and whether power is the only thing in the universe or not. And a lot of manly men doing manly men things. High testosterone levels here, as in almost all of his movies ever. I can't say much more without spoiling the movie. I'm going to do that a little bit later when I analyze it. But one test for me of a movie, purely subjective, is whether I feel smarter or dumber at the end of a movie. I felt smarter when I watched Conclave. Really interesting on various issues, made me think a lot. Did I feel smarter or dumber at the end of this movie? Undoubtedly, I felt incredibly dumb. Political intrigue, plus hacking and slashing, plus doing some soap opera stuff linking up with Gladiator. At the end of this movie, it's treating me almost like an idiot when, okay, never mind. I won't say what's going on at the end of the movie. I just felt a lot stupider. I would much rather rewatch Spartacus, okay? Something like that. Give me that over this movie. The highlight here is Mescal. He's mysterious. He plays rough, tough. He can be a leader. He can look weird. He can kind of combine all these elements into an interesting, well-crafted personality, playing often against Denzel Washington. I wish these two could be in a movie together, and play Pedro Pascal and a bunch of other people. I wish they would have done a completely different movie with this cast. In fact, I hope this cast does some other thing because it could be amazing. Analyze this movie for a bit. I'm going to keep this as spoiler-free as possible. They'll skip to the end for my rating if you don't want to hear any of this. To do some political analysis, I think this movie, it is so ridiculous to me in a number of ways. The dream of Rome needs to be killed but kept alive. okay. And this movie loves Marcus Aurelius. I guess the one cool Roman emperor we all know, probably because of the meditations, the cool stoicism in that, according to, I don't know, modern people like Ridley Scott. And that's about all we get out of this. The hope of a republic and stoicism. I don't know. I think we can even do better than that, but these are the best political hopes that we can get out of this movie. So those are the high values I think that show up at the end of this movie. Kind of sort of like Gladiator, if I remember it correctly. Anyway, this movie comes out. I really like Dune 2 a lot better. Furiosa earlier in this year was better in my opinion. So I can't say this is that great, but I never really liked Gladiator that much in the first place. Most of you like that movie a lot more. I love ancient Rome. I study it. There's a whole bookshelf over there of ancient Rome. I'm in World Literature 1 talking about Ovid right now. So maybe that's my beef with it, but maybe I know too much, or I don't know. 2.5 stars. That's average to below average. I just felt too dumb watching this movie. But again, I want to see Paul Mescal in a bunch of great movies. I hope he has a great career. Now, what do you think of Gladiator 2? Let us know in the comments. And please, please subscribe to this channel memberships, Substack, for more great content. Thanks, and have a great day.